Hello and welcome back to the OCP, the original Copycats podcast. Hello, Josh. How you doing?
Yeah, boy. Sorry, I'm trying to match your energy there.
That was good. Okay, so no anus again today, because we're going to be doing Ask Reddit today, which we've done. Did we do an Ask Reddit before, or have we just done different Reddit pages? I think we've done different Reddit pages.
Can't fucking remember.
Oh no, we did do an Ask Reddit. Yeah, we did.
Ask Reddit.
Ask Reddit. Sorry, I had a bit of saliva in my mouth, and I didn't want to gob it everywhere. So.
Yeah, I think we've done some Ask Reddit before.
Some Ask Reddit.
Ask.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to be doing another Ask Reddit today, and you said you found a question already. I've got one as well. It might be the same one because it's like the first one I've read.
However, no, I've gone searching for this.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So I think that
Maybe.
this little genre of...
Just wanted to read the first sentence. I haven't seen it.
That's fine then.
It's not the same.
I think this little genre of sort of episode that we're going to be doing here with Reddit stuff is going to lead on to another type of episode that we're going to be doing in the future called Agony Aunts.
Yeah.
Which I just want to explain the premise of an Agony Aunt on here, so that when we get round to doing the episodes and we ask people for suggestions, they know what to send us. Because I don't think a lot of people actually understand what the concept of an Agony Aunt is. Because it's not really something that's done very often nowadays, is it? You don't see it very often. I mean, it used to be... No, you weren't listening, were you?
Nah, blanked you out.
Fuck me.
Oh, the Agony Aunt
yes.
kind of thing. No, it's not really.
So
done.
it was
unless
done
you read newspapers.
Yeah, exactly. It was done in newspapers a few years back. But it essentially is, people would come to these, usually women. That's why it's an aunt. Can't say that these days, can we?
Usually they thems.
Yeah, so it would be this one person, and they would essentially give the person life advice on a specific problem that these people had written in about. So say, for example, oh, my husband's cheating on me. What do I do? And so then the Agony Aunt would say, oh, you dump his ass and fucking do his mum or something. And then...
You are going to be terrible at this Agony Aunt shit.
But what we want to do is just essentially that, but a stupid version. So if you've got some really stupid ideas for problems, chuck them our way. They can be first world problems. They can be legitimate problems, but obviously nothing that you are genuinely worried about or need advice on, because we're not going to give you serious advice. So yeah, just send us some stuff. And I'll be asking on Instagram anyway, so just keep an eye out for that. Thanks very much. Yes, we're going to be doing Ask Reddit. So, Josh, do you want to kick us off?
Yes.
With your question for us today?
Egg. That's that seal on the thing that shouts, egg.
Slurb.
Egg. If you had to choose one fictional character to have sex with and be with for the rest of your life, who would it be?
Okay, so that's an interesting question.
Doesn't have to be a cartoon. Just any kind of fictional character. Mine's kind of a loophole because it's a real person, but she's playing a character.
I've got one that jumped into my head straight away.
Go on.
Okay, so it's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
What, for me?
No, for me.
Oh, really? Okay, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, not Rosa.
No.
She's too aggressive for you. Gina's too annoying.
Yeah.
But I think she's kind of up your alley.
No,
Amy.
Gina annoys me.
Yeah, Amy, possibly for you. She's stuck up. Like,
I would definitely do Amy.
Yeah, a bit of a no. Latina. So
Melissa
Rosa,
Fumero is...
Melissa Fumero. Okay, so you're going to be...
She is Melissa.
Fuck's sake. And you're an molester. Okay, so you're going for Amy Santiago from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes.
Okay, mine is Pam from the American Office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jenna Fisher, even now in her 50s, is all right. Like, she's looked after herself. But yes, I would say
I can see why.
Pam from the Office. And, you know, John Krasinski.
Just to get that in there.
There's a relation.
Potential threesome.
But no, like, yeah. That was the first person that came into my head. It's because she's got that innocence about her. I like that.
Okay.
But yeah, there you go.
Fair.
Somebody said, what people saying? Pam from from Archer, the series Archer. I don't know if you ever watched that. That was pretty good.
I've never watched Archer.
She's right. Jessica Rabbit or Elastigirl. Good
Oh.
ones there. Yeah.
Oh. Oh. I realise I've not
What?
I've not searched r/askreddit. I'm just looking at the Reddit homepage. I was like, how does this come under askreddit? The thing was,
You prick.
I keep thinking about eating from my vagina.
Do you want me to ask another one whilst you're doing that? 'Cause I'm on
Help.
ask them. Do you want me to ask another one?
Yeah, you can do. I'll search
Right.
for something.
McDonald's shuts down tomorrow. What do you do?
I go about my life as normal, to be honest. I haven't had a McDonald's in ages.
Yeah, but even if I haven't, because it makes me feel shit afterwards, but I'd still miss a Big Mac.
Nah,
I
not
would.
for me.
I'd miss
I
a
mean,
Big Mac.
yeah, I can see why you would miss it, because they do taste nice.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I feel...
I'm not going to go off myself because of it, mate. I'm not getting that deep. I'm just saying I'd fucking miss a Big Mac. They're like,
All
I
right.
wouldn't fucking hang off a cliff and debate like,
I'm just saying it wouldn't affect
bring back
me.
Mackie D's.
Right, I got a question. What is the dumbest thing people actually thought was real? And I can read some of the comments here to get a reaction from both of us, and we can talk about some of the comments.
The dumbest things? What?
So when you were a kid, right,
Yeah.
what was the stupidest thing that you thought was legit?
Okay, I created it myself,
Okay.
as in this idea.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I remember being at home doing my numbers with my parents, okay, learning how to count.
Doing the accounts.
1, 2, 3, up to
Money
10.
laundering.
No. I remember going to school. This is like nursery time. I'm surprised I remember this. I remember going to school and us being taught the numbers. And I was adamant I created numbers. I've been waiting to tell this story for fucking ages and it's never come up.
What?
Yeah. I believed at one point in my life, the concept of numbers, I created it. Yeah. Yeah. I remember doing my numbers with my parents. So even there, I've already fucked it there because my parents taught me how to count. I remember. And I went to school thinking, this is my concept. I obviously didn't think that. I was like, I did numbers. I created numbers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't say it out loud, but I went to school and I thought I was Billy Big Bollocks.
So when you were teaching me the 9 times tables, you were like, I am a gift from God.
No, not that late on. I understood numbers were a thing before then. Like, you know what I mean? But no, this was before I met you. This is like really early days. I'm surprised I remember this far back kind of days.
Mm.
And I just remember going into like preschool or nursery and just being like, I do these at home. Like this is my concept. This is my stuff.
Is it just because it had that familiarity of
Quite possibly.
home, and you were like, oh, these people shouldn't know about my home life?
Possibly.
Yeah.
But it was also a case of I was learning my numbers before I went to school. So then to go into an environment where somebody else is teaching me, I think, well, no, this is mine. You shouldn't be doing it. How do you know this? FBI, open up. He's counting to 10 with children.
We got a 2319.
We got a 9132. Sorry, Dave. Okay.
Oh dear. Okay.
What about yours?
I used to genuinely believe that if I made a particular face, it would stay that way if the wind changed.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Were you
Yeah.
told that?
Don't go cross-eyed because if the wind changes,
Yes.
your face will stay like that.
Exactly. And I used to like pull funny faces a lot of the time because I was a fucking mad child. And
Fucking rebel.
and my mum was like, yeah, if the wind changes, it'll stay like that. And I'm like,
Fucking believe it. Well,
You
don't
do,
you?
you
You
do,
believe
yeah.
it. As a kid, you're like, I won't do cross-eyed for too long.
yeah,
It just gives you a headache.
genuinely used to be shit scared of doing cross-eyed because I thought it would stay
Right.
like that.
This is something for the archive, okay, but this is something this refers to. You remember that saying, yeah, if you do something, your face will stay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? Yeah. For ages, I believe had her cross eyes because she did cross-eye for too long. That's
I
archived.
don't think that's archived material. I think that's fine.
I've named her.
We'll bleep it out.
Bleep the
I'll
name
bleep it
out.
it's
Bleep the
fine.
name out. Bleep the name out. You can keep that in. But I believe, and she was lovely. Don't get me wrong. It didn't change it. But I just thought like I wasn't friendly with her because of that, but I thought that
She wanted to get life advice from
she
her.
got that. I didn't realize it was a condition, but yeah,
it just means you need glasses.
yeah. I thought it was because she did the face for too long.
What else did I believe? I used to think that if you ate nuts,
You were gonna die.
yeah,
You were gonna die if you don't. You don't eat anything correctly, you're gonna choke and die. But nuts seem to be above everything. That if you don't eat it properly, you'll die.
I'm glad that you think that as well,
Yeah.
because my mum told me that if you don't chew nuts, you'll die.
That's what my parents said. Yeah,
And then I told my gran that once. She was like, "No, that's ridiculous."
yeah,
And then I ate nuts from that day on.
yeah.
And I'm like,
I just
"Thank
remember
fuck."
I used to hate nuts because I used to chew it to a point where it was so horrible to swallow it. I just hated nuts. Little did I know, no, you just chew it like a normal fucking human being.
Yeah.
And you can eat them. But my parents were just trying to encourage me to make sure I definitely chew it.
Yeah, I suppose if you're going to choke on anything that's a small cylindrical shape, it's probably that.
It probably would be. Now, it makes sense. Like, that's why when it came to like hard-boiled sweets and stuff, I was told quite extensively, like, suck it until you can chew it. Don't just bite down on it because you're gonna break your teeth. No, do not take that out of context. That's why I like Imperial Mint so much. Too much dick breath.
So yeah,
Did I just say Imperial Mints or Imperial?
Imperial.
Are they Imperial?
Yeah.
They are. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry, you got it all right.
Okay, good. I was like,
So,
Imperial, I just imagine loads of mints in like soldier uniform lined up. Oh, they're Imperial mints.
polo ones riding horses.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's one each from us, then, or
Okay.
two from me.
I've done two because you couldn't
that's
find your
cool.
fucking thing.
No, two answers to that question.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not giving you another one. Right, you ready?
Yes.
You have 5 minutes to hide a paperclip in your home, and a
Ooh.
detective has 24 hours to find it. If he does not find it, you get $100,000. Where are you hiding the paperclip?
That's an interesting one. You'd want it to be somewhere obvious that they wouldn't look. Like,
They're a detective. This isn't like Joe Bloggs off the street. I think he would look there.
then you can't hide it anywhere, would you?
I think you can. You know your house better than anybody. Even if he had 24 hours to find it.
Can't hide it in the sex dungeon because too much noise down there.
Fuck.
They'd be able to pick the lock with it.
yeah. You can't give him something to get out of the dungeon with. Imagine that. You've got a sex dungeon and you think that the FBI agent's going to be like, hang on, love, I'm looking for a paperclip. Not going down there and, oh my God, what have I uncovered? It's like, no, fucking hang there for a little bit longer. I've got 12 hours left to find this fucking paperclip.
Clicks the torch on. There's just people in rags, and he's like, "Sorry, guys, excuse me."
You see the paperclip down here?
I swear we need an animator for this podcast.
Yeah, I love how you just...
If you're an animator and you want to animate some of our sequences, please get in touch.
I love how you just thought, yeah, sex dungeon. Oh, I haven't been. I'll put a paperclip down there. That'll probably be the best place to put it. He's so distracted by everything else going on.
In someone's gaping anus.
Yeah,
I got rid of the button.
You're getting arrested the next day, and you're like, "Why are you smiling so much?" I just won $100,000.
I reckon I could fold it, right, and put it in the door lock. So just fit it in the keyhole.
So when the door doesn't lock, he's like, "Oh, this is a bit suspicious."
But he's not got a key.
He just says 24 hours to find it. You can just ask for your house key.
I don't know. It's my housemate. You're trespassing. Get out. Got a warrant.
You've clearly set this up for 100,000.
Okay,
it's like a game
I'll
show.
change it then. This is really fucking hard. I put it in the fridge in a piece of food. So like if I had a piece of cake or something in the fridge, just put it in the cake.
Okay.
And then that'll be it. Because no one's going to eat the cake and go, I wonder if there's a paperclip in here.
No, but you probably wouldn't hesitate to smash the cake.
Yeah, but
I thought you'd be
I
smarter
think
at answering
it's like
this, to be
needle in a
honest.
haystack, mate.
Do you want me to?
If you chuck a paperclip
cake.
in a cake,
Do you know how easy it would be to find a paperclip in a smashed cake? Piece of piss. You want to do needle in a haystack? I've got one
piece of cake. I thought you were going to say.
Oh shit! Yeah, good though. It'd be a piece of cake. Do you want me to give you maybe how many words can I give you to try and give you an idea of where I'd put it? How clean's your attic?
Which one? I got two.
Even better. Messiest one. How clean is it?
Not very clean.
He's only got 24 hours, mate. Just put it in one of the back corner bags with loads of other shit in it, and he's gonna have to root through every single one of those bags before he gets to that one.
Yeah, fair.
You put it in one specific cake in one
I'll put the
fridge.
cake in the bag.
Put the cake in the... Where's there a cake? It's really cold up in your attic.
Why don't you just like do some sort of Russian doll thing with it? So you put the paperclip in a cake, put the cake in a box, put the box in the attic, put the attic in a different house.
What the fuck? Remove the roof. No, I think the attic... my attic's empty. So
Okay.
I still think I'd have a good chance putting it up in my attic because you'd just stand up there, wouldn't you, and just flick it.
Yeah.
And like even you wouldn't know where it goes. You just fucking flick it and just hope it goes somewhere. The only other place I'm thinking is above my head. There's a hole, and I would just climb up there, put my hand through, and flick it as well. Just he can't get his hands to. How the fuck's he gonna get it? He can't get his hand in there.
True.
To 24 hours or not, he can't rip up my fucking floorboards.
Put it down the sink in the kitchen.
It wouldn't be in your house technically,
Be in the pipe.
which leads out of your house. It'd be in the sewage
Depends
system.
how far down the pipe it goes.
That 100,000 is to pay for fucking plumbing.
Once he rips it all out.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my. I'd say attics. Like the dirtier the attic, the better, and that's not a euphemism either.
Okay, so I'm going cake in a bag. You're going attic
Yeah, because
Right.
cake in a bag's fucking stupid. No, you said cake in a fridge.
in a bag.
There's a very suspicious fridge cake.
Yeah. Okay. So I've got two here. What's an annoying thing? I'll try that again. What's an annoying thing that people base their entire personalities around?
Influencers.
Oh yeah.
You basing your whole personality about being an influencer. Not you know, there are decent examples of influencers, but the cringy, like the ones that only focus on your followers, the ones that I literally couldn't care less if they tripped into a volcano kind of people. if on the BBC Radio 1 and it comes up with tonight like on today's news, an influencer falls into a volcano, but don't worry, they were the dickish kind. I'm like, fuck it, okay. And what?
I get you. I think the annoying thing that for me that people base their personality around is vegans.
No, they can't. People, you know what? Let's just categorize them into people that push their ideologies and ideas onto everybody else. We've got our own beliefs. I'm an atheist. I like eating meat, but I'm not going to go push it on
Whoa.
people. Not dick.
Suck it till you can chew it.
You talking about the nuts or the nuts?
Hey, I'm talking about the nut. The aftermath.
Okay, so your annoyance is just people that push their beliefs onto everybody else.
I think
You
so.
can. This is the thing. Yeah, here at the OPP, you can have the OCP. I went like that. I was like OCP. Here at the OCP, we are not judgmental people. You can believe in whatever you want, but the second you try and push your beliefs and ideologies on us, I'm sorry, we're not interested. Like you can, whatever makes you happy, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about it. If you want to come up to me and be passionate about something you love that I might not. If you come up to me and be like, oh, I love God for this reason, whatever, I'll fucking listen to every single word you say and I'll make sure that you're heard. But do not come up to me and be like, you should believe in God too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You should. Have you ever thought about changing your pronouns? Have you ever thought about sucking a dick? No.
Have you?
No, I haven't ever thought about sucking
There's
a
10
dick.
reasons why.
I don't like putting long things like pepperoni in my mouth. I got a shit gag reflex.
You just open your mouth.
I don't like things going near my ass, and I don't like long things going anywhere in my mouth.
You are progressing, mate. We only we were talking about sucking dick, not taking it up the ass.
Yeah, but the idea of anything going near my ass is horrible.
No, I will not get pegged. I might do anal with a guy. But
No. Next. I'll cut that all out.
okay. Did you want to ask your question then? Because I've got another one.
Well, what's your views on pro-life and pro-choice? Because that's a big thing at the moment.
I actually had a conversation with Daniel about this.
Yeah.
He's pro-life.
Okay.
Whereas I'm pro-choice.
I think it's a tough one in the fact that it depends on the situation. It really does depend on the situation for
100%.
me. Yeah. If you have gone through the process of having unprotected sex to the point of finishing and that doing everything that you need to do to get pregnant, and then you get pregnant, whether you want the baby or not, there's other avenues for that baby to go on and survive. You know? The big one for me that makes me think where the choice should not be taken away from somebody is if you're sexually assaulted. That is the biggest one for me. If you are sexually assaulted and then you're forced by the law that you cannot abort that child because it's a life, and you've got to wake up every day with living with the like staring at the child that, yes, is half you, but it's also half the person that sexually assaulted you. Because I know somebody who's done, I don't know them very well, so I won't go into their personal information, but I've known somebody in my lifetime that has been, you know, they were sexually assaulted and they kept the baby, and that baby's grown up to be a lovely young lady, you know, and there was no love lost because of the situation that caused that child to be born.
Mm-hmm.
But that is not the same for every case of that scenario.
No.
You know, if you're a 13-year-old girl and you get sexually assaulted by a guy, but then you're forced to keep that baby, not only have you had your whole childhood taken away from you from that one scenario, but then you've been forced into a situation where you have to then raise this baby that you didn't want because you were sexually assaulted by a man.
Yeah.
You know? But the pro-life is that, yes, if you've gone down the scenario of doing everything that would naturally cause a baby to be made, then you made that choice. There are things in the world that have been invented by us, human beings, to allow you to not have that situation happen. You know, there's ways out there.
Yeah, I think that if you're the woman, obviously you're the one carrying the baby.
Yeah.
You're the one that has to go through the immense pain of giving birth.
Yep.
And potential trauma, as you said.
Yeah.
I think that if you're in a mutual relationship with a bloke who is nice and kind and you love him and everything like that,
Yeah.
then he should also have a say in whether he has a son or a daughter, right?
Yeah.
However, I think that
It's very political for the OCP,
yeah, it's
isn't it?
very serious, isn't it?
It won't always be like this, guys.
This is a one-off. I think, yeah, initially it comes down to what the woman wants because it's her body. And I made a really good point the other day. I can't fucking remember
What
it.
side of the argument you're trying to fight? You're saying, yes, if the woman decides to keep...
I believe firmly that the woman has the right to say, I don't want this child.
Yeah.
Because people claim this whole thing of like, oh, it's a life when it's in the womb and everything like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember being in the womb, so neither will this child.
No.
So at that point, and that people can claim that that's ignorant and everything, but
I think there
fuck
should
it.
be a cut-off time.
I think as long as if it's half out your fucking fanny, then yeah, don't do it then.
No, I think,
put
but
the coat hanger away. But
I
you know, if it's inside and you've thought, oh shit, I'm not ready for this, don't have the child because then the child will have a shitty upbringing because you're not ready to look after it.
But you can't be saying that when the child's 8 months old in your belly.
No, but you've had 8 months to fucking decide.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're 2-3 months in and there's still a chance that you can safely remove the baby, then fair play. But if you've let the bastard grow to a point where it's got fucking limbs, eyes, and it's got facial features...
Sorry, I thought that was really funny. It's got limbs.
You know, yeah, exactly. If it's not like a fucking dot in your belly, then whether you want... Again, there's options. Most people, I can't say most, I don't have the facts, but I knew if I had a kid and I didn't want the kid, my parents would take that kid in because they'd want to. I don't have to look after that kid. If I didn't want Isabel and Kelsey didn't want Isabel, I guarantee any of our parents would have taken Isabel in as their own. You know? So you don't have to raise the kid yourself. But if you've gone past a point in which
But some people are idiots. And
then
go,
that's the...
well, yeah, I have to.
That's on them. They don't have to. There's options.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There is options. I don't disagree with you. Yes, the woman should have a choice. But if the woman decides to keep the baby and the father's not ready for that commitment yet, the father should also have a choice of to back out and be like, look, we made a decision together, but we didn't decide to have a kid together. We were both stupid in that situation. But if the woman wants to decide to have the kid, she can't. I don't think it can be forced that the man has to pay for that child. Because if he's made it very vocal, let's say she takes a pregnancy test, she's 3 weeks pregnant. Yeah. He says, then I'm not ready to be a father. We should have been more safe about this scenario. We should have planned it more. I'm not ready for this. And she goes, oh no, I can't wait. I'm keeping it and all that. No, he can't force her to kill off the baby, but he should have the choice to walk away from that relationship and leave that responsibility behind. Mm-hmm. You know, they were both silly in that scenario. They both can do things to prevent this pregnancy from happening. That's what a lot of people forget. Yeah. Just because the initial spunkage comes from the bloke. I've got to make it funny, haven't I? This is the OCP, innit? The original spunkage comes from the bloke, yeah? That's where everything that we do to produce this baby goes. But the act of doing that is normally a two-person act unless sanction of assault or
sperm donor.
Comatose.
You went two different routes there.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, exactly. Well, that's it. Imagine it was a sperm donor. You're not going to go find the donor and be like, actually, I've got your fucking baby, so you've got to pay me.
First class mail. What I'm thinking is this is a matter of ethics, and there is no wrong or right answer when it comes to ethics because it's down to personal preference.
Yeah, but that's what
personal opinion on things. So it's context dependent, and you can never say that there is a definite answer for either way. So I think we're never going to come to an actual
Oh, no. We've got our own view.
As such.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think it entirely depends on what the situation is with the two people. And I think there shouldn't be any laws saying you should be able to or you shouldn't be able to.
Yeah, exactly.
People just fucking leave it alone.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to life, it's like the death penalty. It's the same sort of thing. It's like that shouldn't be a question, really.
I don't think that it's gone on the death penalty thing there. I don't think that should be an option. Because if a man's gone in or a woman has gone in and killed 50 people, there is no punishment for an instant death.
Yeah.
There's no punishment there. You don't know where that person's going. The ideas of heaven and hell, if they exist, we don't know the rules and regulations as to how that works. You might not do anything wrong.
Have you filled out this document on Earth? Shit, no. No, you got to go back then. Being reincarnated.
Well, you don't know what happens, do we? None of us know indefinite what happens after death. So imagine there is no bad side of anything after you die. There's just nothing but goodness. So it doesn't matter what the fuck you do. What you're doing then is sending that cunt off to the good place a little bit earlier. When he could have another 50 years in prison behind bars with 1 hour like playtime a day out in the fucking fresh air, and he has to sit there and think about what he's done for the next 50 years. That's more punishment in my eyes.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, but they won't because the government have to pay X amount per prisoner per year, and they're like, fuck it, if we can kill one off, we'll get away with that. 25 grand, eh?
Backhander.
They get paid. I think prisons get paid X amount for having per prisoner. So it doesn't matter what the prisoners are in there for. They get the same amount anyway. I don't know. I'm a truck driver. I don't know this information.
Let's go to a different question then.
But yeah, just finishing off that subject, I think, situational. It completely depends. People who want children, why? Because children bring joy to your life. If you want them, if you're ready for them, they fucking bring joy to your life. My daughter has changed me for the best in more ways than I can even imagine.
So my question was, what did we find excitement in as a child, but now sucks as an adult? So what are we really excited about? I've got an answer straight away.
Have you?
Yep.
Well, that sucked as an adult, but was great as a child.
Yep.
Sprouts. I loved Sprouts as a kid. Now I don't really like
You've
them.
gone the other way.
I've gone the other way.
How
yeah.
interesting.
I'm not a massive fan of Sprouts. I'll eat them, but like they used to be one of my favourite things, like smothered in gravy. Like they were the best things, like near enough on the plate. Now I'm just like, oh, just give me one or two. Like they're overpowering now.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, mine's the thought of being an adult. Because when you were a child, you thought how fantastic it would be to grow up,
agree with you
right?
on that one, yeah.
And you could drive,
Yeah.
you could
That
earn
was
money,
yeah.
and all of this,
Yeah,
right?
you've not lost me here. I'm still thinking that that's the best thing ever.
But then when you get to being an adult,
Yeah.
yeah,
If
can
you say anything
drive.
about paying fucking bills, I'm gonna slap you.
Why?
How's
You're not the only cunt that pays for things, Josh.
How's your energy bills, Alex?
Not great at the moment, actually.
Sorry, should I be asking your mum and Andy? I'm sorry. No, you have got bills to pay.
How's being a free man, Josh?
It's all right.
Yeah,
I'm
cunt.
I'm a free man.
Right.
Yeah. Look, there's your defensive again. Move out, you
that's
slut.
me arguing back.
What? How
You
am I not
fucking-
free?
What?
What do you mean? How am I not free? Is that the joke you're making?
No.
What?
You're saying that you're
It's
worse
great.
off because you've got
Oh,
to
what?
pay bills.
No.
And I'm not saying no, you're better off because you ain't got to
No,
live
I'm
with your
just saying you
fucking
don't have any
parents.
fucking bills to pay.
Yeah, I know. But that's not what I'm saying. Just fucking cut in straight away. Oh, I'm the adult here.
I said, don't you dare say bills.
I didn't say bills.
Good. I know. I was
said,
cutting you off before you got to that bit.
I said you had to earn money,
Yeah.
but you've got to go to work for that,
Yeah.
which is shit because you don't think about that when you're a kid. And yeah, you can drive. You've got to pay for all that shit.
Yeah.
And then all the other stuff that you think, oh, it's going to be good to be an adult and be able to own your own house, and you got to pay for that. And then everything costs money. You're constantly at work. You're stressed out all the time. It's bullshit. And I was really excited to be an adult when I was younger. Couldn't wait for it. And now I'm like, fuck, I want to go back to being less of an adult.
See, I don't want to go back. As
Good.
a kid, I couldn't drive my Mercedes.
Go to Toys R Us, mate, and get one of those
No,
little...
why? There is no car in Toys R Us that is like my car. Thank you. No, but you should know I've always wanted to be an adult though. I
Yeah.
wanted nothing more than to start a family, and I wanted to hit 25 because my insurance apparently gets cheaper at 25. Yeah, it doesn't because I picked a fucking massive car. But that's my own fault. It does get cheaper at 25. But that was just how I wanted. So the only things I miss of school was us playing. That's it. I don't miss anything else from school. Me,
Yeah, but you miss that freedom of it.
wasn't free. We had an hour. And then we got put back into a fucking maths class I hated. There's no freedom in that. You've got restrictions there too.
Not in playtime.
You
When
just-
you're playing, you've got no worries whatsoever because you're playing fucking... What were we playing when we were in school?
Sonic. We played
There
Sonic.
you
We
go,
watched
Sonic,
the Hedgehog,
right?
yeah.
So you could
We
choose.
could do that now.
The biggest problem we had was who was going to be Sonic, and it was always
No,
you.
of course it was
And-
me. Why would no? There was never a big
Blue
question.
speed mouse over here.
Yeah, there was no question about. I was always Sonic. Okay, you were smart. No, Ben was smart. I thought you were right with the ladies. I'm being Sonic.
The irony there.
I know. Yeah, fucking hell.
No,
I think-
Shut the fuck up.
Well, let's go on that. So, how much time during the day were we outside playing with our friends in school? How long was our lunch?
I think we had 45 minutes for lunch.
And 15 minutes
15
for like
minutes
morning
for,
break.
Yeah.
So that's an hour a day.
Mhm.
We've been recording this podcast for longer than an hour a day. Where's the lack of freedom here? I'm getting my playtime here. I'm just doing it in a different. I'm not just pretending to be Sonic. I'm
But
just-
we had... It felt like it was more interspersed throughout the week, whereas now we're constantly at work. Whereas we were at school, but it felt different. The listeners get what I'm on about. It's only you being an awkward prick.
I'm not being awkward. Just genuinely you know when people say, "Oh, when you're an adult, you're gonna wish you're a kid again."
Yeah.
I haven't, and I don't mean that to be fucking different.
No, I'm very glad that you don't feel that way.
because I don't.
But I feel that on the daily.
There's only a handful of things that came good out of my school years.
Yeah.
But I've had so much good for me come out of me being an adult.
Yeah, I mean,
I think if we'd lived a different childhood, if we were popular, we had loads of friends. We were lucky because we had a select few friends that have then led on to like me and you. The best friendship I've ever had, and it's never going to change. You, Aiden, and I think that's it. That's all that come out of school for me. Everything else came afterwards. My career that's now somewhat successful. My family that I'm so grateful to have. You know, little medial things like my car and shit like that. To everybody else, it's just a car. But to me, that's an achievement. I've worked hard for that. So that work during the week that I've had to do doesn't seem so bad because of the things I come home for. And I've had to sleep in a truck for 4 days.
Yeah, I get that.
But I think that's what makes us good, though.
It's definitely, it depends on the type of upbringing you had as well, because I feel like I had a pretty good time at school, whereas you always say that you didn't enjoy school.
I didn't enjoy the majority of the aspect of school, yeah.
Yeah.
The parts I enjoyed were lunch, that's it. Or PE growing up, because they were so laid back and Harriet anyway, that I could just do whatever I wanted as long as I was doing some sort of physical activity.
Yeah.
You know? But it was that regimented, strict routine that they thought they had to get into your head because that's what work's like. No, it isn't. Not every job you have is so regimented to the point we have to line up, have a clean uniform on. My job now is driving a truck up and down the country.
Yeah. I suppose they're just teaching obedience, aren't they? So that you listen, don't cause trouble.
That's what my parents did. There was the fear that my dad struck into me that didn't make me not cause any problems. But no, I think you're not wrong. I think, the way you were raised, my dad was very strict. I couldn't wait to get out and have that freedom, you know, and I've got that, which I'm grateful for, whereas your family's so loving. They are. It's only recently. Since starting the fucking podcast.
Since actually becoming a bit of an adult.
But I also think that a lot of your issues, and this isn't me having a dig or anything like that, but a lot of your issues with being an adult will change when you leave home.
Yeah, and I hope they do.
I think they will, because even though you'll have more responsibility, like the bills you've got to pay and all that, one, you'll never be on your own on that aspect, 'cause we're always here to help you. And two, it just that freedom that you mentioned about why I liked playtime so much. You get that. That's why we're sat here now recording 2 podcasts in one day, and we can get away with it.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to worry about being too loud. I don't, the only reason we're doing it as Saturdays is because we don't have background noise. It's not because we're restricted. We could do it any day of the week. Mm-hmm. We just have more background noise, So I think that's why. I'm not saying that, growing up is necessarily a good thing. I have little worries like, fuck, I'm not going to there's no younger me anymore. This is the oldest and the youngest I'm ever going to be again. Yeah. There is worries there that this is it. There's only one path I'm going on now, and it's leading to a certain death. But like we're doing now, I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of it while I can. And being a child, unfortunately, is only like 10% of your life. Really, after 10 years old, you're kind of doing different things. 18, that's it. You've only got a short amount of your life that you're a kid for. So you've got to enjoy the other part of it because you're an adult for a lot longer.
Yeah, I think I just miss sort of the childlike wonder you get with things.
Yeah.
Because when you experience things for the first time, you're like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But now as an adult, you've seen everything a million times.
Have you?
And
how many times you had sex? Still got that to come.
Mate, porn.
Yeah, but you've not had...
It's old news.
But you couldn't have sex as a child. You have sex with children.
Daily.
No, there's you are an alcohol drinker. You can't do that as a child.
No, but I've drunk that a million times. So it's no longer got the same thing. I just think I miss... There's certain aspects of a child.
Archive.
I just
being
think
a child.
I just think there's certain aspects of being a child that I miss, and I can't necessarily pinpoint them right now because you.
Do you want me to? No, I won't. I'll give you some options. The ice cream man had a different ring to it when you were a kid. The excitement was there because you were a child and you wanted an ice cream.
They used to play.
I didn't mean the physical song. I meant the idea.
Things like green sleeves and stuff. But now they play God's Plan by Drake.
I'm so bad. No, you know that's not what I meant.
I sorry, I had to Google a popular song.
No, but like as an adult now, when I go pick up Isabel from school on Fridays, there's an ice cream van outside her school, and I don't have to go up to my mum and ask for £2. I
Yeah.
just like whip my card out, boom. It's not a luxury anymore because of being an adult. You can get what you want. You know? So certain things that were luxuries as children are no longer luxuries. So yes, in some aspects, I can see why stuff being, wanting to be an adult, that mood changes when you actually become an adult. Because
one thing I wanted to do when I was younger was get an entire bowl full, and I haven't done this yet.
okay, so
Right.
I could still
do
this
it.
is good.
And
Yeah,
it's one thing I still want to do.
Go
I've
on.
done it with a different thing,
Yeah,
but I want to get an entire bowl full of cake mixture
yeah.
and
Don't
just eat it.
Oh god, not all in one sitting. You'll be sick.
I don't care.
Okay, well, do you know? But you are actually a reason why something as a child I still love as an adult. Melted chocolate.
Oh yeah.
I love that. I got introduced at yours because of that. We melted chocolate down. You just had a bowl of chocolate. You dip biscuits in or whatever. As an adult, I fucking love doing that. That's a little
good
treat
shit.
we do. Yeah. So there's some things that will transition into adulthood that you don't have to, doesn't have to make adulthood so daunting. Or, you get a lot of responsibilities as an adult, but it kind of comes with a lot of benefits too.
Yeah, you get that independence with it as well, I suppose. Yeah.
And we still have playtime. 2 hours of recording podcast. I think it's better than
before bed.
I think it's better than being Sonic the Hedgehog.
Right, so I'll read some of the answers on that. See what other people are thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Water parks.
No, see, I still love them as a kid. I was
hated
terrified
them as a kid.
Yeah,
I hate them now.
so I was terrified of water as a kid. I love them now.
Yeah?
Yeah, water parks now are better.
Yeah. Birthdays.
Oh yeah, okay, I agree with you. Birthdays were a big thing. Is that I couldn't care less about my birthday now.
Yep.
I've hit 25. My insurance has gone down. I couldn't care less about my age now.
Going to the mall.
No, I was never interested in both a child or adult. Shopping was the worst thing in the world.
Having no job. Having no job has got 4 awards.
Having no job as
19.3 thousand likes.
so as a kid
Or upvotes.
was great not having a job, but as an adult not having a job is bad. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, but if you had the option, if you
Of having a
just the
job is-
concept of not having a job
Yeah.
is still pretty exciting. That's what we want to do, is not have a job.
I don't want a 9 to 5 generic
Yeah, but that's
job.
obviously what I mean. But that's, there we go. Clarification. Having no job is awesome. Having no money is what sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, it's kind of an off of yours growing
Yeah.
up, being the adult. Yeah.
This
is quite a serious one. I don't know if we
Eating
can...
large quantities of candy in one single
Yeah,
sitting.
fuck that. That's still better. That's still great now. That's
Cake mixture, mate.
that's why I'm 20 odd stone.
Not to get sappy, but I used to love when my dad would carry me into bed.
Oh, mate.
falling asleep.
Yeah,
That
sleep
was
in the
pretty
car. My dad couldn't lift me now. Sleeping in the car.
You're the
and
driver.
yeah, I'm carrying my dad. Yeah, come on, Dad. You're getting old.
You're still asleep at the wheel.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I'll give you that. That falling asleep in the car ride home from a long trip. Like I used to do a lot of trips to Bournemouth and back with my family. I've got family in Bournemouth. And I just remember the getting dark on the way home and you're dozing off and then you just wake up slightly as my dad would be carrying me into the house to go to bed. I'd love that.
By your hair.
Yeah, fucking come on. But then I got to an age like when I was 13, 14, where obviously I'd still be falling asleep because I get travel sickness if I'm a passenger. So I'd still be falling asleep deliberately, but then I'd be woken up when we got home. And he'd be like, Josh, come on, wake up now. We're home now. I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah, it's not the same, is it?
It's no. But I'm at that stage now where it's reverse. I'm carrying Isabel in when she's gone to sleep.
By the hair.
Not by the hair. And it's adorable because she's so cuddly when she's asleep. So I just hold her and she falls asleep back in my arms. And I'm like, yeah, I miss being the person being carried. But I'm so glad I can now do the carrying. and just see her little face all comfy in my arms. Lovely.
Yeah, that's fair.
I got one before you do one.
Okay, well, let's make this the last one then.
You sure?
Yeah, because we're on
Right.
55. Well, we're not, because we're going to cut hell of a lot out of this.
Well, let's see how long this one is. So, what is the only thing you'd only do it if you were paid £1 billion?
Suck it until you can chew it.
Why did I know you were going to go down that route? So you'd only do this thing only for £1 billion. You wouldn't do it any other way. Even if they paid you $2 billion, you'd be like, no, $1 billion or nothing.
I have standards.
I've got one. $1 billion. You'll only do it for $1 billion.
I don't know. Probably like eat vomit or something like that.
Okay,
That's pretty rank, isn't it?
it's pretty rank. But
Yeah.
if somebody offered
if-
me $1 million for it, I'd probably still eat my own vomit.
If billions on the table, mate, I'm taking that.
Yeah, if $1 on the table for anything,
Billion or a million.
I'll take.
M's after B.
Right, do you want to hear mine?
Yeah, go on.
Purposely break a bone.
Oh, sore shit, that.
I am so terrified of breaking a bone
Yeah.
that the only way I'd purposely break a bone is if I was making $1 billion.
Now, let me clarify something, because I have broken a bone.
Yeah.
Right. Breaking a bone is fine.
Yeah.
It's a bit painful. Initially, you don't realize it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that hurts a little bit. It's a bit sore.
Yeah.
And then the adrenaline wears off and you go, oh, yeah, shit, I can't really move that as well as I usually can.
Right.
And that's probably broken.
Okay.
But it's painful, but it's not like the worst thing in the world.
Right.
For me, anyway. I broke my arm and I just had to keep it like that for ages. And I think this is what you're on about. If I broke a bone and it came out of the body...
No, just the idea of breaking a bone.
You don't like the idea of breaking a bone?
I'm not good with pain. Like, because of my skin or whatever. Yeah, I bruise so easily. I just have to hide the pain.
Okay.
Like, it's embarrassing. It used to be embarrassing to say, but now I'm at a point in my life where I don't care. It's part of my life. It's not going to change it. There's nothing physically wrong with me. It's just the unfortunate skin I was gifted with, I guess. But little things. I might bump my arm on a wall. It literally, to anybody else, wouldn't cause them any pain.
Mhm.
But it'll bruise on my arm. And it's not a medical condition. A lot of people think it's related to diabetes. I don't have diabetes. Otherwise, I would have died a while ago because I'm not doing any checks. But yeah, there's nothing wrong. For as long as I remember, pain has been one of my biggest enemies because I just don't have a very high pain threshold. That's why I'm also terrified of needles, because if a needle's put into my arm wrong and whatever, it causes a bruise or, I bleed easily.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So the idea of having a bone broken or breaking a bone is terrifying to me. So the only way I'd do it is if I know at the end of it I'm coming off fucking wealthy. I've never broken a bone in my life. I don't want to.
I recommend it.
No, I would. I've not done anything in my life that would even put me in a position to break my bone. The closest maybe I've got is becoming a motorbike rider, but if I'm riding safely, you can't help that. You can break a bone in a car accident. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I didn't do any extreme sports as a kid. There was things that I wanted to do maybe as a kid more, but I was so worried about hurting myself, I just didn't want to do them because I was so worried about that pain.
Okay. Well, I would have thought it was more of the visual aspect of it. Because for
No.
me, breaking a bone and it sticking out of my body, that would freak me the fuck out.
No, see, that stuff doesn't bother me. It'd be the pain. I'd be so worried about the pain. That
Yeah.
pain, that feeling. Like when my brother broke his leg in like 3 places, his leg looked fucked, but that didn't bother me. It was his reaction. Like he couldn't sleep at night because every twitch his body naturally did would wake him up because of the pain.
Yeah. It definitely does depend on which bone you break.
Yeah.
Because for me, when I broke my arm, I could sleep on one side and that'd be fine.
Yeah.
If you broke ribs or something, then any sort of pressure on that would be extortionate pain.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be able to sleep very well. Or if you broke your spine or some shit, then you're fucked, aren't you?
But it's that pain. I wouldn't be doing it for they wouldn't be able to break my back. I'd
Yeah.
want to be able at the end of it. I want it to
Paralyze
yeah,
you.
yeah. Like if they said I'd pay you $1 billion if I could break your arm, I'd be like, okay, fine. Like I'm gonna be terrified, and I'd want that money in my account before they fucking did it. They could pin me down afterwards as a group of them after they paid me and break my arm. It doesn't matter. But the fact is that I'm gonna be absolutely. You know what? Actually, scratch that. Fuck it. They can keep the $1 billion. Like the idea of it now is just cringing me out.
Okay, so what would you accept $1 billion for?
Fuck nothing. They can keep.
Just leave me alone. Give me $1 billion.
Just give me the money and leave. Just do it as a good deed. I don't know. I really don't know now that I've had to back out of that one. That's actually cringed me out quite a lot. Just the idea of it. It's actually cringed me. What would I do for $1 billion? Smoke a cigarette. I'm so terrible at inhaling anything other than air. You know when sometimes you've got like a really moist mouth and you sometimes inhale and like saliva goes down your throat? That does me in. Like I'll be in through my mouth for something. I'll have a cold and the saliva will go down my throat. Like I'm done.
And your gag reflex, as we've already established.
Yeah.
Okay, if you could change professions for one day, what would you like to do?
Oh, fuck. You know what? Pilot.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, I'd love to. I remember my only plane experiences to Tunisia and back. Yes, obviously 2 planes, and I could do nothing but stare out the window. That whole everything, seeing it from above, even though I'm terrified of heights, the fascination was there, and I loved it. I don't know if there's an occupation to swim with blue whales or get up close to blue whales. Maybe just a
Crash a plane.
fucking blue whale.
I see one.
But yeah, pilot for seeing the world from above. Or again, working. My favorite animal on the planet is the blue whale, and as much as I love dogs and all that, blue whale is just so fascinating to me because of how big it is. I can't believe an animal of that size exists. And my favorite dinosaur is a mosasaur, so it's still a sea creature, and it's fucking huge as well.
Is that the one that parted the sea?
That's Moses. He's not a dinosaur. He was just a special cunt. No, a mosasaur is a big thing. It's fucking terrifying. It's like the T-Rex of the ocean.
Okay.
Bigger. It's bigger than the T-Rex.
Is that the one in Jurassic World?
It is. It's the one that escapes. Yeah.
Nice.
He's in Jurassic World and he eats the Indominus Rex.
Yeah.
And then you see it at the beginning of
The next
the
one.
Fallen Kingdom, and then you see it briefly as it's swimming with surfers and shit at the end of the second one, and then it's in the third one a little bit too. It's a shame, but it probably costs so much in CGI. I understand why there's only small scenes.
A little fin.
Yeah, you do. You see it emerge out the water, and then that's it. It cuts to another dinosaur.
Some guy in a boat. He's like, "We're gonna need a bigger boat."
Yeah. But no, I wish there was more mosasaur scenes. What are we talking about? Sorry,
We're talking about blue whales.
blue whales. I'd love to go work closely with blue whales and just see them in the flesh for a day. Imagine that. Oh, it'd be class. A pod of blue whales. Oh. What about you?
Well,
Go back to fucking Morrison, like I'll fucking miss it.
I was thinking I might go for an obvious answer and say like an actor or something, because that's essentially what I'm trying to do now with us.
For a day.
Yeah.
We're gonna act
Just
on.
to sort of try it and see if I like it. Rosie?
Romeo, you've turned into a fucking ginger cunt, mate.
Porn star was up there. God, I want to lose it.
You wouldn't know what to do in that situation.
The cameraman.
So
come
much
here.
for Gine.
Gine.
For Gine.
Oh, I think you said so much for Gine. I was
So
like,
much guys. Yeah, in porn, most times I can imagine you're in a room and there's like 10 cameramen getting all angles of like your asshole.
yeah,
Fuck that. Nah.
fuck that asshole.
Nah. No, thank you.
I always fancied being an archaeologist.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried taking it in college, but then I got such bad results they kicked me off the course. They were like, yeah, not to you know, not to be too blunt or anything, but you're rubbish. So get off.
So
and
you
go
can't
somewhere
even
else.
dig up dinosaurs.
I couldn't remember the dates. It was like
Why
you
is
had all
that
these
ma-
different periods
Yeah.
and stuff, and
Why
I'm
do-
like, I ain't got a clue.
Just be the digger. I want to go brush bones.
want to be a JCB for a day.
That's pretty good for you guys. Okay.
All right. So, archaeologist, porn star, actor, driving a JCB. I like it.
Oh, that's probably a scene on Pornhub, you know. You can look that up.
No, fuck it. I'm going to be a composer for a day. Boom.
Sounds a bit like you, to be fair.
Yeah. Some sort of... Oh, there's so much shit I want to do, man. I've just thought of another one. I want to be a teacher.
If it was for longer than a day, I'd want to be an entertainer. If
Yeah.
it was, if I
Yeah,
could
well-
change my career now,
We do what we're doing now.
yeah, but I was
But-
in like, there's no promise that this is going to be successful. It's just fun to do.
Yeah.
Imagine the promise is there of it's still fun to do, but you can also make a career out of it, guaranteed. This is still like 50-50. So as
Yeah.
much as I want it to be more than 50-50.
No, you're right. It is.
Yeah. So if
Listeners, if you're listening.
if we could do this full time, that's the aim. I'd love to do this full time
Yeah.
because we've got so many ideas we just can't do.
No, because it just needs more planning and...
Yeah. There's so
Archive.
much. There's so much. I want to take the podcast on the road, as we've I've said it a lot, and I would love to take it on the road. Just stick cameras up the corners, all that. Have a nice round table in the back of the truck, and just kit it out, make it look good.
Yeah.
You know.
So is that the end of the questions then?
Yep.
Okay.
My phone's nearly dead, and I need to charge it before I go out to the car.
No worries. We'll go and have
Oh.
a break.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for listening to Ask Reddit. I thought you were doing the Zesty Life Hacks bit then.
Oh,
Zesty Little Fucks.
Zesty fucks.
Oh, dear. Right, yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody. Go follow us. Go falafel. Go fall off a cliff. Go
my
follow
God.
us on all socials. Just listen to the end bit that's on the pod because I say it on that, and so do you. So
Oh yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
and-
need to start saying it at the start, man.
Yeah.
You keep forgetting.
That's fine. And sorry for the seriousness, but I think sometimes it's needed. Breaks
Oh
apart
yeah,
the
if we've
podcast.
got a question that's requires a serious answer, we're not going to take the piss, obviously.
No.
Spunkage, but yeah.
I had to put a little bit of a funny spin on it. Fuck me, it was getting a bit real.
Oh dear. Right. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for coming on, Josh.
Thanks for spunkage.
And catch us next time when we'll be doing something else.
Did you just thank me for coming on my own podcast?
See you later, guys.
Bye.
Well, that was a good episode, wasn't it, Josh?
That was brilliant.
That was really good. I especially enjoyed how everyone sounded.
Yeah.
We're here just to say before you go, could you please spread us around? We'd love it if you could just tell your friends about us and potentially leave us a review where you can.
You can rate now on Spotify.
Yes,
So
you can. You can rate us. So
If you could rate us 5, we'd really appreciate it. But if not, that's fine too.
if you do rate us 5 or anything above, I know you can't, but if you somehow hack the systems, I will personally
Don't continue.
thank you.
That's better.
There we go.
Well done. So yes, if you could please feel free to follow us on all the socials.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.